Put a finger down if you paid almost $400 to go see a guy that you've been talking to for about a month to spend a weekend with him in Sydney. And the night before you go, you have...
How long did she say?
4 months.
No, she said for a month.
Did she say, rewind it? Put it back? What?
Put a finger down if you paid almost $400 to go see a guy that you've been talking to for about a month to spend a weekend with him in Sydney. And the night before you...
I got confused with the 400.
400 for a guy you've been speaking to for a month. You're basically paying to potentially be killed. You don't know the guy. You paid £400 to fly to Sydney for a stranger. You are lucky to be making this TikTok. Anything could have happened to you. I swear, so people are so irresponsible. It's crazy. I would never spend £400 to go see some chick that I've been speaking to for a month. You barely get me to spend £5.
have a bit of an argument and he says he needs space and you don't talk to him for the whole day and you get really anxious and you want to cancel your flight and everything's telling you that you should cancel your flight, but you don't because you give him the benefit of the doubt and your friends say you shouldn't, so you don't, and you go to Sydney. And it's kind of weird because I'm there for 3 days and he planned nothing for us to do together. And all we did was watch movies in bed and have sex. And then on the way home, you're kind of confused because you're like, what was the point of that weekend? Especially because...
You're confused. Are you... You know what I'm about to say, right? This girl's a donut. What did she think the guy was planning? You paid £400 to free up. That's all you did. He didn't pay. It's not even like he paid for prostitution, essentially. You paid.
Yeah, but you don't know what sort of bullshit he was feeding her before she went.
Oh, come on, man. Like, ladies, come on. You got to be better than that.
Okay, all right.
You must be able to put two and two together.
All right, so let's just... You're calling her a donut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A pelican.
And you're saying, ladies, come on.
Yeah.
Basically, practically, don't be stupid. What did you think was going to happen?
Put yourself in danger and you expected the most.
Aside from that, though, she's been talking to this guy for a month and he's been feeding her every
Whoa.
that
We don't
a woman
know.
wants to hear. Let's just say he has.
No.
Why is she a donut?
What?
No, tell me your honest thoughts. I'm asking you a genuine question right now.
I'm going to say this to any woman that is watching.
Mm-hmm.
If you are stupid enough to be duped by a guy you've been speaking to for a month, God save you.
So is it because it's only been a month?
Yes, she doesn't know. You can't speak to someone for 30 days, 28 days in February and think that you know that you're safe enough to go and see this guy. 1 month. 1 month. Do you have any idea how many psychos are out there? You think you know someone, but you don't. That is madness. That is so irresponsible. If I was your father and you got back, I would beat the fear of God into you. You're never flying anywhere again. That is such an incredibly irresponsible thing to do. I don't think girls like this really understand the gravity of the situation they put themselves in. She only knew this guy for a month, right? A month is not enough time to know shit about anyone. The minute she got off that plane, that guy could have been waiting with a black van.
Okay.
Suddenly, she finds her ass in Amsterdam on the red light district, freeing it up for whoever comes along.
Okay, I get it. I don't disagree. However, let's say this guy was from the same country as her.
Doesn't matter.
And she's met him online and she's talking to him for a month and then she decides to meet up with him in her own country. Is it not still the same?
It is still the same, but the difference is that you're in the country at least. At the very least, you're in the country. It's going to be a bit easier to get to you if something goes wrong. The police are going to be able to function a little bit better because you're a resident of that place. You fly to, she said Sydney, and let's just say she's from America. You are way out of your depth. Have you ever, what's that film called?
Taken.
No, not Taken. The Australian horror film where they're in the great outback. It's based on a true story. And this guy gets them and he tortures them. It's a true story. What's its name?
I don't know, but I want to watch it.
It's going to horrify you. Honestly, it is. It's a true story and apparently the guy's still out there.
What? I just registered what you said. How is he still out there?
That's it. Wolf Creek.
I'm pretty sure I have seen this.
I'm pretty sure Wolf Creek is based on a true story. Yeah, it was loosely based on a true story about backpackers that were murdered in the 1990s in Sydney.
Okay, but Australia is a lot safer than America anyway. So I don't know why you're saying in Sydney, because Australia is safe. Safer.
Australia is not safe.
It's safer.
I don't know the scale of how safe Australia is versus America. What I do
It's
know,
definitely a lot safer than America.
what I
sure.
do know about Australia is that if the people don't kill you, the spiders and the alligators will,
Yeah, you got that right.
and the kangaroos. Listen, ladies, before we react to the rest of this TikTok, you cannot be flying to places to meet next man. Don't do it. Don't fly to other areas to meet strangers. It is a recipe for disaster. If there are any fathers that are listening to this video, go through your daughter's phone and find out if she's trying to do anything mad. It's better than finding out she's chopped up in some next area. What are you doing? You putting the trailer on?
Yeah, I just want to watch the trailer. You can edit this out, but I just want to see if I have seen this film.
Wolf Creek is a terrifying film when you actually deep what happened to these people. And you want to fly out somewhere to meet some stranger.
Can we watch the rest of the video?
He was like, I'm so excited to see you, but then chose to do nothing with you. So you're kind of confused and you're like, do I actually like this guy or do I just like the attention? And as soon as you get home, he ignores you and ignores all your messages, and you give him the benefit of the doubt and you think that he's busy maybe, but then he tells you that he's taken the whole week off work and you're like, okay, so you're not busy, you're at home. And pretty much you decide, because he's ignoring you, you're like, okay, I get the hint, and you write a big paragraph and you say how you feel and that we should probably cut things off, but you get a bit scared and worried and you're like, maybe he is busy. And you give him the benefit of the doubt again, so you don't send it, and all you say is, hey, can we talk? And he replies with some stupid little thing, and then he hits you with the I think we should part ways because we have different communication styles, after you literally paid $400 to see him for a weekend and he did nothing for you. I fucking hate men.
You should hate yourself, you donut.
I don't know why you're blaming her. Michael, you can't say that. You don't know what this because you don't know what this guy was feeding her. He might have made her feel like she was literally the only woman in the world and he really liked her and he was really into her. She should have realized once she went and the way he treated her and once she got back that he was not on it like that. But prior to that, you can't blame her. Like, she was talking to this guy, she felt like she was hitting it off with him. She wanted to see him. Yeah, maybe she wanted to pay $400 to go see him. That's her business, whatever. But he did treat her like a dickhead, whether he was in the same country as her or she flew out to another country to see him. He used her for his own personal joy and benefit. We can't judge because we don't know what he might have fed her beforehand, whether she was being dumb or not. But you can't overall just blame her.
I 100% blame her.
Okay.
And I'm going to switch it up for you.
Of course you do.
I'm going to switch it up so this is more digestible. Guys, if you meet a girl online and she's on the other side of the planet, do not fly to her. Do not fly to a foreign place. You can get off that plane and you get set up. I know people that have been set up by girls. You want to pay 400. Why are you rolling your eyes? I don't think people understand how dangerous this world is and how messed up people are.
Why is she going to set up a random guy for?
Why do people do any of the crazy things they do?
No, but I can understand a guy that lies to use a woman for sex because that's what a lot of people do. But why is a girl going to randomly set up a guy that she's never met before from a different country?
There's plenty of reasons. I've heard this story from Colombia and Mexico 100 times. The guy flies all the way over there. She knows that he's got the money to fly out there. So she goes and tells what other gang leaders that she's rolling with. This guy's coming down there. He said he's got this. He said he's got that. Because how do men impress women usually? Showing them their assets.
Okay.
She goes down there. Suddenly, he's bent over a fucking guardrail and the cartel are all around him. Guys, do not fucking fall for the BBL. Do not do it. Just find a nice girl in your area. At least in the same country as you. Don't be flying out to meet strangers and then be surprised when you get duped. It's madness. It's madness to me. When I was dating and I was driving to different areas to meet girls, I was shook. I don't know what I'm getting myself into.
But naturally, it's scary when you're meeting strangers anyway, whether they're in the same area or not. Wherever you're meeting them,
yeah, and I gave it up. I stopped doing it. I was just like, I don't want. This is just long. And some of the places that I went, I was like, I'm not doing this ever again. I'm telling you, and especially for women, it is irresponsible. The blame is 100% on her, the same way it would be 100% on the guy. It's just it's much, much, much easier to grab a girl and just drive off with her. How many people do you think go missing and end up on the dark web, get trafficked? The human trafficking business is massive. Girls go missing all the time and their families can't find them. It is extremely irresponsible for her to do that. But that aside, even if he wasn't that, which he wasn't because she's alive, she made the TikTok, she went there, yeah. She basically gave him what he wanted. He sent her on her way. She's still giving him the benefit of the doubt. He used you. He stopped communicating with you the same way that he was before that got you out there. You still want to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I think that's the dumb part where she's...
So we can agree she's a donut.
Like I said to you, after.
This is my opinion, but I think anyone that would do that is dangerous. It's way too dangerous. I don't think you understand the dangers of the world to be doing something like that. If you're doing something like that, you better be rolling with security. You better have something in the back. And you better not be going to any places that have a great outback or heavy gang crime. And I know some girls, I know girls that have traveled to areas. I know one girl that traveled to Mexico to meet someone. Luckily for her, the guy was nice. It just didn't work out. But can you imagine traveling to Mexico? I spoke to one girl and she told me that she was going to travel to Tijuana to meet a guy.
Where's that?
Tijuana is one of the most dangerous places in the world. If not the most dangerous place in the world, in South America. I think it's in Mexico or just on the border. You want to travel to Tijuana to get some dick? You are mad. You are absolutely mad. For a girl to be doing that as well, that's crazy. If you ever told me you were traveling to Mexico to meet some guy, I'd fucking drop kick you. Drag your carcass straight into your mom's bedroom and let her know exactly what you're doing. But all of that aside, you went out there, he beat it up, he got what he wanted, you came back home, you give him the benefit of the doubt because you're too stupid to figure out what has happened, and then you say, I hate men. Look in the mirror.
She got used for sex, so yeah,
I don't care what happened
hate
to her.
men.
Like she did this to herself. Take some responsibility. Be a leader for the young girls that are coming up to teach them right from wrong. Don't blame all men. Blame yourself. If I walk into oncoming traffic and then blame the people that are driving the cars, who's the idiot there? You're the idiot. Well, I'm the idiot if I do that.
That's understandable, but you can't say, like I go back to this example. Imagine this guy was in the same country as her and he is feeding her all of this bullshit and she goes to meet up with him because they're getting along. You can't call her an idiot for giving things a try.
No, I'm not saying people that do online dating are idiots. I'm saying flying to another country, being in one country for a girl to go meet a guy and go back to his place is still dangerous. I think personally, if you've only been speaking to him for a month, I understand, people meet up very quickly in this day and age. I get all of that. But at least do it in public settings long enough so that you can get an idea. Maybe this guy's not crazy. Maybe meet up with his friends in public. See if he's got any female friends and how they interact with him. You might still get unlucky and everyone's in on it and they chop you up anyway. But try to get an understanding. Go to dinner with him. Don't just go back to his place. Are you insane? Anything could have been there. This shit genuinely just, it baffles me. It baffles me. Imagine I told you, that the roller coaster ride you're about to get on doesn't work properly 50% of the time. And then you got on and it broke and you lost one of your legs. Are you going to blame the people that are still running the roller coaster ride or are you going to blame yourself?
Yeah, because if it's 50-50 and it should break, no one should be using it.
No one should be using it, but let's say it's operational. And they're like, you might make it, you might not. With that information, would you still get on the ride?
No.
You wouldn't get on it. And if you got on it, I would blame you. I would 100% blame you. You had the information.
Yeah.
If someone tells me, Mike, we're going to go to this area, it's very, very dodgy, we could get in some trouble. They've given me the information. It's not like they've said, oh, come down here, everything's fine, and you don't really know. Girls know how dangerous it is out there. We are all well aware of it. We've spoken about it at length for hours. Our parents teach us this. They teach boys and they try to drill it into girls. The world is a dangerous place. If you spend £400 or dollars of your own money to fly somewhere to meet a stranger, whatever happens is your fault. You have to take responsibility for it. You can't be doing crazy shit like that. And it's better that we're harsh with people so that they don't get hurt. I don't want to see anyone that I care about getting hurt. Flying to next man's ends.
Just need time. Snapping 1, 2, where are you?
The fuck was that? Is that like the after effect?
Yeah, that's the after effect. So listen, ladies, I'm doing you a favor here, okay? If you're talking to some guy online and he lives in another country, stay home. Stay home. I don't want to hear no one in the comment section chatting shit on TikTok. I know some people are going to be talking, oh, you're blaming all women. I'm not blaming you for there being shit people out there. I'm blaming you for making bad decisions. Let's exercise some common sense here and do the right thing, okay? Plenty of willies out there. Don't need to jump on the plane for that one.
You done?